Hello everybody, Timeister here, and once again I am collaborating with Paradox Interactive to bring you a tutorial on how to continue a city. City Skylines 2 has many new layers of complexity and plenty of new challenges that you will most definitely face as you build your city. This tutorial will give you a better understanding of all the game's intricacies and ensure your city's success. So let's jump right into it. After you have laid the foundation of your city like I covered in the last video, your city is going to begin to grow in size and population. And as it does, you'll achieve new milestones, unlocking you some new zone types, as well as essential city services, such as health and education services. These city services are what keeps your citizens healthy, educated, and safe, all of which contribute to your citizens' overall happiness. The success of your city is entirely dependent on your citizens' happiness. If your citizens aren't happy, they'll simply move out of town and new citizens will never move in. It's therefore extremely important to periodically check your happiness info view to make sure that all of your citizens' needs are met. As you can see in my city, Timbuctonium, the biggest factor negatively impacting my citizens' happiness is the lack of schools and hospitals. That means it's time to place down the city services I just unlocked. Previously in City Skylines 1, you only had to construct a city service building, and when that service needed to cover a larger area or support more people, you simply constructed the same building again. That may no longer be necessary as, new to City Skylines 2, almost all city services are now upgradable. For example, an extension wing can be added to a high school to increase its student capacity. Or, an ambulance depot can be added to a medical clinic to increase the amount of ambulances available. As your city expands and grows, always check if you can upgrade your existing services before placing new buildings. This will likely always save you some funds. Don't forget to place a cemetery in your city, as this will be the final resting place for your deceased citizens. This building is hidden in your healthcare and deathcare menu. Cemeteries have a finite amount of room, so you may want to eventually spend some of your progression points and buy a crematorium. This can be used to clear up some space in your cemetery. Cemeteries also include some upgrades that you'll definitely want to check out. Equally as important, you'll want to place some police and fire services once you unlock them at the third milestone, Large Village. Just like in real life, people produce a lot of garbage. That's why it's very important to invest in some proper garbage management. You'll eventually want to start with a landfill to prevent garbage pileups in your city, which can negatively affect your citizens' health and plummet land value. Landfills send out garbage trucks to collect waste from your city and store it in a designated area. In City Skylines 2, landfills are now paintable, which means you can decide how big you want your landfill to be. The size of your landfill determines how much waste it can store. Always remember to keep it far away from your city, as it produces a lot of air and ground pollution. And remember that air pollution is carried by the wind. You may want to use some of your expansion permits to buy some new tiles farther away from your city. One of the biggest growing pains that you'll encounter is traffic. Your citizens need to get to their destinations quickly and efficiently to ensure your city functions at its best. Therefore, it's imperative that your road network can handle the increase in traffic as your city grows. Check your traffic info view to see potential congestion points. Use your progression points to unlock bigger roads and highways, which you can then use to upgrade your existing road infrastructure. Once you reach milestone number 4, Grand Village, you'll unlock the transportation menu. This is when you can begin investing in some public transportation, such as buses and trains. A good bus or metro network will allow citizens to commute via public transportation rather than having to drive with their own personal vehicles. This will free up a lot of congestion on your roads. I would recommend starting with a bus network, as it's a very cost-effective method of moving people throughout your city. If you have existing train tracks running from your playable area to the edge of the map, building a train station is a very good option, as it provides an alternative to roads for people coming into your city. As your city scales, you'll definitely want to invest in some more mass transit, such as subway systems and airports, which can carry much more passengers. If your citizens choose to drive to their destinations, they'll need somewhere to park. Parking spaces are a new feature in City Skylines 2, which can be purchased with development points. Ensuring you have enough parking spaces will allow your citizens to park closer to their destinations, as well as collecting parking fees for your city. The cost of parking can be adjusted or turned off completely in each parking lot. Also unlocked at the Grand Village milestone is the Parks and Recreation menu. Parks make your city a more pleasant place to live, which positively affects your city's overall happiness. They can also improve your citizens' health, as well as increase land value. Don't forget to build a park maintenance building to ensure your parks remain clean and in good condition. In your leisure info view, check to make sure that you have a good park coverage. Lastly, once you reach the number 5 Tiny Town milestone, you'll unlock the Communications menu. This is where your postal and telecom services are located. Post offices will handle your city's incoming and outgoing mail. You can place mailboxes throughout your city, which will allow your citizens to walk to a local mailbox rather than needing to go to a post office that may be farther away. This will slightly reduce traffic in your city. Be sure to keep an eye on your postal service sorting capacity, as you will eventually need to invest in more postal buildings. Telecom services, on the other hand, are used for transmitting data and broadcasting alarms in case of emergencies and natural disasters. Ensure your telecom network has ample coverage and network capacity, which is measured in gigabits per second. Lastly, as your city grows, you'll eventually unlock some high-density zone types, which will lead to your very first skyscrapers. And with that being said, this concludes my tutorial on how to continue a city. I really hope you found it useful and informative, and I encourage you to subscribe to the City Skylines channel to get notified of upcoming videos, as next up, I'll be showing you a tutorial on how to play your city. In that tutorial, I'll show you in detail how to manage your city and how to generate the most amount of income possible using things like specialized industry. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned.